Static Selector. Welcome to the first ever episode of 2.5 Asians. I'm your co-host Seth.
I'm Nick.
I'm Jay.
Since this is our first one, I guess we can just kind of introduce ourselves as to how we met.
Yeah.
And pretty much like, I guess, lead up to the journey of
the
starting
podcast,
our
right?
podcast.
Yeah, so I met who did I meet first?
Definitely not me. I think you met Jay first.
I've known Nick. I knew Nick first. I knew of Nick first, but I think the first memory I have of Jay is when he asked out Haley.
When was that? That was for me.
So if
for
y'all,
sure.
y'all don't know, I'm getting married next year to this beautiful girl named Haley. And before she dated me, she dated this fine gentleman.
Technically.
But before him, she also dated me. little volleyball back and forth. Sorry, babe, but it's true. I mean, we're not lying. But that's like one of my first memories of Jay is walking into Miss Goldberg's class.
That is unfortunate.
And him having that sign.
I get cringe flashbacks to that when I'm driving all the time.
Wait, was I there? Was I present?
No,
you might have been. We had athlete together.
Oh yeah. Maybe.
Yes, but you asked her out during class?
No, it was in between.
It was in between.
Like, it was during the first recess.
First recess.
Passing period?
That sounds so little elementary. First
Wait, was it actually break or passing period?
No, it was break.
It was break. First break.
So you came through with a poster?
No. It was. See, this is what I'm saying. I was cringing.
You had a poster. What was it?
No, it wasn't even a poster. It was literally like I was in the back of the classroom talking to Justin, and then he was like, "Are you gonna do it? Are you gonna do it?" And then like I was like, "Fuck it, whatever." And I literally like said her whole last name. I'm like, Haley Uehara. Will you go to whatever I'm asking her to, like whatever dance it was?
Oh, so you asked her to dance. It wasn't asking her out to be your girlfriend.
I'm not.
Oh, it wasn't?
No.
Oh,
God,
okay.
That's because I remember just hearing that.
Make me cringe even harder.
I remember hearing that, and I was like, I was with Jesus, and me and him were like, "What the hell?" And we just walked
the
out.
quiet guy?
No, the
Barber.
Ronnie Banks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Young Clipper.
I was like, oh, what the heck? Because when did you ask her out? You remember you guys' anniversary?
Anniversary, yeah, March 24th.
So it was probably a month before, or like how long until you asked her out?
Yeah, it probably sounds right. So probably like some dance in December. It might have been Sadie's, honestly.
No, it wasn't Sadie's because she asked me to Sadie's.
Okay.
And then we ended up didn't go, but not because we broken up, because she wanted to go ice skating with her friends.
Damn.
She's a little heartbreaker back then. Nah, but so I broke up in December, so January, February, March, April, 4 months after. So that's a little time.
So that was your first impression of Jay? It was like, damn, he asked my ex out.
Low key, yeah. And it was like his laugh, of course. I was like, oh, that guy got a laugh on him.
That is facts. That man will laugh at everything, bro.
Right.
Yeah, but I just remember that. And then I was friends with Mark, of course, freshman year, so.
Yeah, by association, because these two were like a duo.
That's how I remember.
Not the duo, just also because they went to the same middle school.
Yeah.
Right, yeah.
So I was like, oh, it's my friend Jay. And I was like, oh, what's up, bro?
That's what I remember.
Yeah.
Oh.
And then I met this fool through his brother. So freshman year, I joined the Frisbee team, and the whole Frisbee team was basically juniors. And his brother was a junior. And we lived down the street from each other, basically. It's like a 5-minute walk.
Yeah.
Right, would you say?
If that.
Yeah, and then this dude would either be in front of us or behind us, walking by himself home all the time. And then I would always like see him go. I was like, "Is that your brother?" He's like, "Oh yeah, you never met him? He's a freshman too." I'm like, "No, I don't have a class. I've never seen that dude in my life." He's like, "Oh, he's a freshman." And I was like, oh, "Okay." Then I was like, "Okay." I never thought about anything. And then sophomore year, we had a college tour to, what was it?
LA.
No, SJ.
Just like a
the regular.
like
it was
a day
SJ.
trip. Yeah, San Jose State. And then
the Yuchihiro Uchida, something like that.
Yeah. I remember.
Yeah.
And then I think it was just our advisories got intertwined.
Yeah. I don't think that was the first. I think we were already close back then, though. Before that,
really?
Yeah. So the way I remember it, right?
Okay.
So your story freshman year makes sense, right? Because me not knowing you like that, and also like it's funny, like one of my friends says like me and my brother treat each other like ops. Like most siblings in a family are generally decently close, and me and my brother are always like, Like, you know, we're whatever, we're cool and whatnot. But like, he's like, damn, you don't talk to your brother, like, you know.
Yeah.
So like, it's like me being like, oh, my brother's with someone. Like, I don't want to be in the mix because I don't know this other person, right? So of course I'm gonna keep my distance. Like, I don't want to have to interact per se with this person. And so all throughout freshman year, like, you would just see that either I'm walking behind them two or in front of them. And so sophomore year, if I remember correctly, we had the fifth and sixth together. I remember that very distinctly. So we had Quans, but we didn't meet in Quans. I believe it was Mr. Carr,
Yeah,
sixth
because we had
period.
fifth and then sixth.
Yeah, so like the way classrooms are set up at our school was in groups of 4 called the Mesa. And so we were in separate mesas, but the mesas were right next to each other.
Description.
Yeah, so we were pretty much partners, but just not part of the same group. And so, you know, we got to talking there. I was like, oh, yeah, you know, whatever, right? Yo, you know my brother, right? Whatever. And, you know, just small talk here and there. And we grew
never mind. Go
a
ahead.
friendship from that. And then, you know, obviously then when we realized how cool our fifth period teacher was, a chemistry, Miss Kwan, we would just move seats next to each other. You know, we would kind of ignore this assigned seating. I would always finish my test, hand it off to him to copy, whatever. You know,
Hey, had to get through junior year somehow or sophomore year.
yeah. But yeah, that's pretty much like the start and like what solidified our friendship. Seth's referring to a college tour that we took as sophomore, so we went to SGSU.
I think that's where we bonded.
I think that's when we're like oh, we like that.
Yeah.
Because I remember this really distinctly too, bro. So we had Spanish together too. I remember that.
Yes.
But we had a
Mikey.
group chat. We had an Instagram group chat with me, you, Zane, and someone else. Prob, I think. The one we used to make fun of Aniket one. That one.
Oh yeah.
And then I remember distinctly. You're like, damn, Nick. Like, what is this unsophisticated vocabulary?
I know. Yeah.
Because the way I was typing was so different from like how people perceive me. Because I look like a little nerd or whatever. But like how I would talk, like really, would I use a lot of slang, pretty much something like it's like you think of like some innocent dude like me, but like I'm listening like Chief Keef or something, like it's like a juxtaposition, right?
Yeah.
And so he was like very amused by that.
Yeah, I was like, who the hell is this guy, bro? I see him in chemistry class, fucking giving me all the right answers, biology and shit. This boy's super smart, and this motherfucker talking about, hey, bro, what's good, man? I was like, is this Nick talking? This boy handed his phone off to somebody for sure, because there's no way he's talking about this guy like that. Because we would, like, in that group chat, we would, like, roast Zane's little cousin. Zane's our boy from high school, too. He had this little cousin that was, like a dork, like a little dorky dork, and we always, like, roast him. And like he would like try to roast us back, but like Nick was coming out the works with the good ones, and I was like, "Okay, Nick, okay."
Yeah, I like that, bro. But yeah, so we really going back to SGSU. So that's when we really started like, based off those previous chat interactions as well. We really started like actually joking around and like kind of roasting and making fun like IRL. And yeah, that's pretty much what solidified the friendship between me and Seth. I met Jay freshman year at the retreat, actually. So our high school, what we used to do is I don't know if they still do it to this day, but
They do.
Okay, so what we do is like for every incoming freshman class, they usually spend a retreat at some college campus,
Like a 3-day, like Friday, Saturday, Sunday,
like a weekend type deal,
right before school.
Exactly, yeah, literally the weekend before school.
Yep.
And that's like to get set in your advisory, which I guess to that typical high school is like your homeroom. So that's like your family at
Get used
school,
to
quote
them.
unquote. Yeah, like you have an advisor, which is a teacher there, and then your little posse of same grade students that
Did we have advisory every day?
Yes.
Yeah.
So we were at the retreat, and at the end of the retreat they selected a freshman from every advisory to be part of student gov. That was like I guess it was like based off of the advisor's recommendation.
I think I remember Jay getting picked.
It was based off of the current student gov members.
Oh, that too. That boy Saze was wildin'. But yeah, so somehow, some way, not no disrespect to Jay, but he got picked, right? And so we post student gov selections. We were at the dining hall. I think it was lunch or whatever. And I saw him, and he was kind of like not alone, but he wasn't really talking to nobody. So I was like, "Oh, what's up? Like, congrats on making student gov." And I reached my hand out to like shake it because like we don't know each other, so I don't know if we like that for a high five or anything. So I reached my hand out to shake it. And he didn't shake it. He's like, oh yeah, thanks. Like, you know, just like kind of like not hostile, but like,
Damn,
he
bro.
couldn't give less of a fuck.
Bro, Jay?
On God, I don't remember. Every time he tells a story, I'm like, I have no idea what the hell you're talking about.
So that's pretty much how I met Jay, and then I think pretty much we had every single class together freshman year except for math.
Yep.
And
That's
you
what
know,
I remember. Meeting you
Every
in
single
art.
year?
No.
freshman year
Oh, freshman year,
specifically.
okay.
Freshman year specifically. So I guess I mean I'll turn it off to him in a minute, but that's my first memory of how I met Jay, and obviously, you know, by then realizing, oh, we have pretty much every single class together, and we, you know, obviously, especially in art, where like the selection of freshmen are pretty small, so we usually, you know, banded together, and so that's when we really got, you know, talking, started chilling, whatever, and then, you know, little by little, it's like, oh, since we have every single class together, like we might as well be friends, whatever, right? And so that's how I became friends with Jay. But I'm curious to know, since you don't remember that retreat interaction, when did you first like meet me then in your perspective?
In my head, my earliest memory of you is being in art, and like
Just that? Just
genuinely, just like, or like you said, we had all of our classes together pretty much. So I remember being an athlete too. I feel like because we sat pretty close together in athlete in the beginning. I feel like no,
I don't remember that. I can't remember seat placement.
either like you were either close to me or like across the room, and I was like, I remember we did the health fair together. That
Yes. with
Yeah,
me,
so-
that was funny.
I just remember like having all of our classes together and being like, damn, this fool like in every single class I'm going to.
I see this motherfucker everywhere. Get off of my dick.
No, which is cool though, because like, you know, you always had someone to walk to class with. Like,
Yeah.
I knew exactly where he was going.
I had Jonathan in
Yeah.
every class with me, so, and he was in my advisory, so it was lit.
Yeah.
So it was just funny being like, damn, hi. Like whenever it was time to go to class, I'm like looking around, I'm like, where's Nick? Because I know that he's going to where I'm going. To just,
Yeah,
All right.
especially when you're waiting outside of class before
Yeah.
the teacher opens the door.
Bro, yeah, I could never be one of those ones who are like already packed by the time the bell rings. I always have to do it after
Yeah.
because like, you know, I'm a student, right? Like I'm a student at heart, so I'm going down to the wire type shit.
What a fucking nerd.
Yeah, facts, right?
LPS,
Nah,
man.
I was like that
MBA.
too. I was like if the fucking teacher's still writing, I'm writing too, bro. I'm not.
Yeah, I'm
putting
not
my
missing no
notebook
shit.
away.
Yeah, I'm not missing no shit, bro.
Especially
Like,
freshman year.
yeah, bro. I was on my shit, bro. So, you know, so I'm sure Jay was waiting for me all the time because I would always have to take like a minute or two to pack up. And I don't know why I just thought of this. I remember him having like that sling backpack, and that shit's just so funny to me.
Bro, I can only
remember-
use one straps now.
I remember seeing Jay because we were all short freshman year.
Facts.
I was like 5'4".
I was like
Jay was
on the
pushing
verge.
5 foot.
Nah, man, I was like
on a good day.
I was like 4'8".
Yeah, but I
Genuinely.
just remember like I was like, nah, this kid gotta be a midget, bro. With his sling backpack, laughing hella loud. I was like, nah, this dude's challenged.
The Velcro strap too, bro. That shit
Yeah, I was
funny,
like,
though.
he was cool. Like, I never like had a opinion about him because I didn't know him at the time. I just like it's all like what I saw.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, this little kid running around. It's like, are you in 6th grade or something? How are you in high school right now? I was like, dang.
Yeah.
And then sophomore year came. I was like, okay, finally, you got a little bit.
Bro, yeah, my growth spurt.
Yeah, and I just thought of something funny because Jay mentioned that his first like memory of us or me and him meeting was in art, and I just remember like we kind of became like our particular group in art kind of became known or within ourselves as like the BSers, and like I remember very distinctly like because Jay or Seth, you've seen his self portrait, right? Yeah,
That thing was Zane's background on his iPhone for the longest, bro.
that shit was
Dude,
atrocious.
that was my
bro.
contact photo.
Yeah.
It might still be for his phone.
That shit was.
What were you
so
thinking?
funny,
I
bro.
don't know.
Like, did you like when you finished it, right? Did you finish it in school or at home?
I think it's cool.
Did you like finish it and you're like, damn, this is good?
No, God, no. I knew it was bad.
Did you know it was bad from the jump?
Oh yeah, without a doubt.
Like you didn't have any confidence in yourself.
No, not a single ounce.
Bro,
Oh man, I'll throw it up on the screen if I find it.
that shit
You
is
guys
so
have to
funny.
see
Like,
that, bro. That,
bro,
I don't think I've laughed harder.
bro's eyes was pitch black. Like there was no
This dude had
iris. It was just
something-
black, like a demon off
This
Supernatural.
this dude had a 4-inch pinky or something like that, bro.
His hand placement was so funny, bro. His whole
His head
thing
was on
funny
his.
as
Was it on your
fuck,
chest?
bro?
Yeah.
Yes, bro.
But his pinky was like spread out, where this dude looked like quadruple jointed or something, bro. His pinky was out of his socket, bro.
But yeah,
Oh my God.
it's just such a funny memory. Like I'm not gonna lie, IBS too. Like, in art we learned a thing called like rule of thirds, which is pretty
Yeah.
much like if you draw, was it 4 lines total, two vertical, two horizontal, and that creates the points of intersection. And pretty much like we were taught that your focal point should be in one of those points of intersection. That's how, that's where the eye naturally would want to see things. So like people tend to take pictures or draw things with the most important factor in the center, which is called like the bullseye effect. And he would tell us, like our teacher, Mr. Keating, he would tell us that you shouldn't do that unless you have a good reason why you're putting it dab smack in the middle. Because I think like when you place something in the center, it like hinders other elements like movement and flow and stuff. And so I remember like I didn't remember that.
You got a photographic memory or some shit?
No, like I didn't.
This is 6 years ago.
So I didn't know that. Right, I think it's 7, close to 8.
Close to 8, yeah.
So I didn't know that, right, or I didn't remember that at the time. So I drew my self-portrait dab smack in the middle, and like, so I'm like, fuck, I don't have a reason why I did that. I can't explain that. And so what I ended up doing is because I'm Chinese, I drew a Chinese flag in one of the focal points, like the rule of third intersection points, and I made like this like swirly wind blowing to it, so I could BS like why that's the focal point instead of me, like a self-portrait.
Oh my god!
The Chinese flag was the focal point instead of me.
Your self-portrait.
Yeah, and I remember another funny detail is I couldn't draw mouths that well, so I gave myself like a little like half ninja mask. I was like Kakashi, like because I just couldn't draw a mouse. So, like my art was definitely better
than Jay's.
By all
I think everybody's
was.
He was.
I was the base.
Honestly, we had art portfolios. I don't remember the website, but I'm sure if we somehow found it one day, we could compare. But like there's not one category of art that Jay would ever be in.
Not a goddamn one.
But it's just funny, like that's our earliest memories of meeting each other, and then it's only getting strengthened.
Yeah.
After that,
another story
regarding what?
Regarding when I technically first had an impression of Nick is at the retreat.
Okay.
Remember when you were up there too, right?
What do you mean?
With Prob and Justin, or was that not?
Were we in trouble? No, I was not.
You were not part of that?
No, I know what you're talking about though. I remember this now.
Dude.
You just dug up a deep ass memory. We were pissing off Wandy, and so we had to get in the seats silently.
Oh,
Yes.
That's the okay.
Is that the one you're referring to?
So Prob got in trouble twice then.
Oh yeah.
Prob's another friend, and Justin is another friend, and so in the mornings of the retreat, we'd always have like a big like class meeting, and Wandera, our dean, would like go over what we would do for the day, and he would knock on every door to wake us up and like get us ready. And this fool Prob and Justin were late, and Chris Teo, that's who I was thinking of.
Oh,
Chris Teo, they were all late. Like they wouldn't get out of bed, and Prob is always defensive about this, and they stood in front of the whole class and like apologized or something.
You know what's weird too? Prob was our roommate. It was me, Zane, and Prob. So I don't know how Prob was late.
How did Prob get in that room?
Who knows, bro?
This boy had a sneaky side link.
Back when they were in the thing. No, I was thinking what I was referring to was I don't know if you guys remember this.
I remember that.
Yeah, but like
we kept going up and down. You remember that?
Yeah.
Oh, the silent walking.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
It was like someone. I guess like somehow, some way, someone would just always end up talking, and so and there was, but everyone had like an unofficial assigned seat. And because we were doing so many repetitions of it, we just like, okay, each time I came in this room, I sat in this chair, so let's just make it a habit, right? And so Prop sat in my chair, right? And I was like, it was funny because I didn't get in trouble for this. So what happened was like, I was like, Prop, why'd you sit in my seat? And then he's like, bro, I had to, bro. Like, this person sat in my seat. I was like, all right, whatever. So I sat in the seat next to it. And then Ricky was like, Nick, why'd you sit in my seat? I was like, bro, because Prob's in my seat. And so, like, Wandy heard them talking. And so they both had to get up and apologize. But I was able to, escape that mess. Like, I somehow was not noticed.
Yeah.
So I think that's pretty funny.
So the basis of it, there's like a big MPR, like a multi-purpose room, like theater type thing.
Right.
And we had to put on shows. Like, each advisory had to put on a show. Like, a little skit. And before that, we had to walk in, and we would, like, our class is, like, loud talking, and Wandera didn't like that, so he would want us to get up, go back outside, and sit down again. We did that thing, like, 5 times.
At least, bro.
At least. And there was a point where Wandera was like, all right, if you don't want to do this, or he was like, if you want to do this one more time, stand up.
Yeah.
Or like something like that, right? So then I
feel like Mark stood up, huh?
No.
No.
It was like
the people that didn't want to do it again stayed sitting.
No, other way around.
Other way around?
Wasn't
Yeah,
it something
right.
like whoever something about like move to this side or something, right?
We did that after.
We did some shit like
Like if someone if we think this is good enough. Or
yeah,
some
that's
shit.
what it was. Yeah.
It's like, and then I remember like there was like if everyone like who thinks this is good enough, we should just
Yeah,
accept
yeah.
it. Whatever.
They
Like
moved to the side.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, and then
like there was like
whoever didn't think it was good enough stayed seated.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
And,
remember
like-
I stayed seated because I didn't want to walk. Because we
I
were
stayed
doing this shit
seated too.
all the time, bro. Back and forth. I was like, bro, I'm tired, bro. And then I had to come up with some. Like Mark went first, and because we went.
Yeah, because Wandera was like asked like, oh, why'd you stay seated?
Yeah,
So he
and then
asked
Mark went first.
Yeah.
And I just paraphrased him
yeah.
word for word.
Awesome Socratic seminar
Yeah.
shit.
But I was like, this is my first year in high school. I want to make a good impression. I think we should do this right. Yeah, Wandy, what's good? And then I sat back down. I was like, oh, I'm fucking tired.
Yeah, and I remember I think I was like I don't think it was at Seth, directly, but it's just like the people saying like, bro, come on, like y'all doing too much. That's,
like,
that's
bro.
OD. Like
Jesus got in trouble during the skits too.
funny enough, we were just talking about that on the car ride here.
Yeah.
So like I guess because most of our viewers, if we had any,
Yeah, we'll get there. We'll
but
get there.
if you guys didn't go to school with us, I'll give you a quick rundown. So what Seth was saying about the skits was like we pretty much each advisory was like prompted to create some kind of skit that related to an educational component, right?
about
So like
school, yeah.
something like
I think what was yours? We can.
I don't remember
Mine-
actually.
Oh wait, no.
I remember mine
like
because
it.
I was like the front man of our skit. Ours was, what would happen if a teacher left the classroom
Right? Yeah,
for
like
5 minutes?
it was
and we,
almost like
threw a party.
some Aesop's fable type
Yeah,
shit.
and I remember because I did this dance in the Philippines called the Otso Otso. You know the Otso Otso?
Yeah.
It's this dance where you like your back, like that meme of the
Tina?
emojis
Oh,
of the
just
crickets, and it's like, oh, that bitch was hitting the.
Nah,
You see my hand? It's like twerking, but it's like you see it all in the back.
nah, I don't know. what
Okay,
you're
so
referring
there's
to.
this dance, right? And then
Yeah,
I
yeah,
did
gotcha,
that.
gotcha.
I did that dance because like I knew that was like one of the funny dances I knew.
Mm-hmm.
And then I remember Kiara was like, "Ooh, hit that shit!" She thought I was twerking. She's like, "Twerk it!" And I was like, "Bro, this is the Otsa Otsa, bro. You're just disrespecting my culture."
No, but yeah, so the person we're talking about, Jesus. So he was part of Miss Melina's advisory, and so we had a friend named Bryant, and so we heard from him afterwards. So like the skit idea, I guess, was supposed to be like, what like a bad student in the class, and like he goes through like a redemption arc. And so they start off the skit. Bryant is the teacher in the skit, right? So everyone walks in, shakes his hand, whatever. So Jesus does the fake high five thing where like he goes
Yeah.
for it, and then at the end he swipes his hand back to across the head like, I got you type shit, right? And so Wandy saw that, he didn't like it. Instantly he intervenes like, I really like that part, or sorry, actually I'm remembering incorrectly. They played out the skit, and afterwards Wandy gave his impression. He's like, I liked all of that, except for one thing, like, Jesus, like, why'd you do that, whatever, right? And so the funny thing is that was intentional. Like,
Yeah,
Jesus's character was meant to be,
It was part of
like
the skit.
an impolite, not like too cool for school type of person who has a redemption arc and comes back, right? But like, I guess Wandy interpreted as him like his real life persona and like not fucking with Bryant. And so like the funniest thing was me after figuring that out was like, bro, his whole advisor just stood on the sidelines watching him get yelled at and having to apologize when they knew that was his character. Like that was what he was supposed to do. Like
so
he played
awkward,
his part.
bro. I bet you he wanted to talk back so badly.
Dude, no, facts. Like if I was Jesus and like everyone sold me out like that, I'm like, after all that was over, I'm like, y'all can go kick rocks. We not friends. Like this shit not sweet. Like especially like Melina. Like bro, how you a whole adult and you don't stand up for your kid, bro?
Okay,
That's fucked up.
the kids like not standing up because like
All right, yeah,
it's
nervousness,
just-
fear, whatever, right?
especially meeting Wandera. Like
Yeah, he was so intimidating.
super intimidating.
Right.
Especially like I wouldn't want to say shit to him when I was
Facts.
first freshman.
Facts.
But then your damn advisor,
Yeah,
didn't
just
even
stay
stick up
silent
for you.
too, bro. I would've been
That would be
pissed.
my first impression of my advisor. I wouldn't
Yeah.
have fucked with him after that.
Facts, bro.
Yeah.
But yeah, so
But
that was, I think that's pretty much like the end of our freshman,
Yeah,
journey, I guess.
I remember Wandera was like I was scared of that fool. Like I was scared of D'Souza too. Because they were like some tall ass, fully grown men, and I
Yeah.
was
D'Souza was
small.
bulky too. He
Yeah.
was like not
But like
buff, but
Wandera
he's
just like
big,
gave
bro.
off this like energy.
Bro, yeah,
but,
I
like-
felt like Wandy was like some like O-line
Yeah.
type of player, bro. Like I was scared,
Nah,
bro.
So I had Miss Dansker as my advisor, and then she left after my sophomore year. And then I remember hearing the news that Wandera was gonna be my new advisor, and then I was talking to I think Eric, and we were like, "Yo, we're fucked." our advisory is gonna suck. We're gonna be like fucking strict all the time. We can't talk. If anything, we got crazier with Wandera, bro. Wandera is lit, man. Once you get to know Wandera, that is a dude. I wish we could have him as a guest on this podcast one day.
That'd be freaking lit.
That'd be awesome.
But yeah, like I remember like even like a little bit, like maybe a year ago, I was interested in like, I wonder if like Hella Original is still popping like that. You know, like I wonder if it's still like
Oh,
a brand. Like I wonder
yeah.
if he's still selling stuff.
He had a brand.
He is.
You
But
saw it?
he's still selling stuff, but I think it's just like
Just low key.
he's not creating new shit no more. Like it's not like a brand
Same
that's
hat. And same
Yeah,
shirt.
it's like-
shirts.
it's like
I
whatever-
always wanted a Hella Original shirt.
yeah, it's like whatever still exists, we'll sell it type
Mm-hmm.
shit. Like, but you know, once it's gone, it's gone. I think that's what it is. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if we looked it up right now. It's like a dead link, you know. But that's beside the point. But yeah, so moving forward past that, you know, our high school experience was pretty. You know, once we established a friendship, nothing
Mm-hmm.
really major happened past that. You know, besides us just getting closer. Obviously,
So, for y'all that don't know, like, we are originally part of a bigger group that isn't really much of a group anymore. We call ourselves JLLPS, the Justice League of LPS, and there was like how many more of us? Like, there's 3 of us here.
I think
maybe
the
like 5
group total
more?
was no over.
It was like
Like
13,
if
bro.
we're talking about if we're talking about the
Oh,
chat
okay.
in general, there was like 13 to 15 of us.
Yeah.
And it was funny because we each assigned each other like a superhero and like the reason for why. But me personally, I'd always been a person who never who knew characters and stuff, but like
Yeah.
never knew too much about like lore or like, you know, their comic
I didn't
stuff
either
or whatever.
until Flash came out. That's
Yeah.
when I got like into superheroes and watching shows and paying attention to Marvel,
So me personally, like, you know, Justice League, right? I'm thinking of heroes like, all right,
Batman, Superman.
I didn't even know so I just picked someone I thought was cool. So I didn't even pick a hero. I picked Deathstroke. Cause like that's not
Anti-hero.
yeah, that's not even a Justice League member, but
That's true.
that boy hard though. So you know, we'll go with that.
Who are you, Jay? Batman?
Nah.
Who is Batman? Zane?
Were you the
I think
Black
so.
Green Lantern?
Yes. Yes, I was.
I'm
Guess who
joking.
was-
I'm joking.
No,
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 you're
he
not
was.
dead
He was.
ass, yes.
I'm pretty sure he was. And guess who Jay was for Marvel? Yeah, Black Panther.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I think I was the Flash for DC, and no, I was Captain America because Zane called dibs on Spider-Man.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Did I have a Marvel character? I don't think
No, you for sure did.
You had to.
Iron Man?
Everybody.
Was that Iron Man?
It might have been.
Sure. That's
Because
not
I'm thinking like, all right,
No,
who's a
Joel was
smart
Iron
character?
Man.
Then who the fuck am I?
I thought Joel. No, wait.
Joel was Iron Man.
Yeah.
Because remember we had that Civil War poster?
Yeah, yeah,
And it was me
yeah.
looking at Joel.
I don't think I was in that. I always felt like
I know Prob was Hulk.
low-key I was
Yes,
excluded
you was.
off that one, bro. I don't
You
think I
were?
had I don't think I had
I
a
feel like
Marvel
you had to
character.
be in it, man.
I
There's
don't
no
think I
way
had
they
a
left you
Marvel
out.
character, bro.
You had to. Well, I'll ask Zane for the picture. And
All right, whatever. If I'm not on it, y'all know.
Maybe you're Ant-Man.
You'll find another reason. That's my 13th reason, bro.
I think he was Ant-Man, bro.
I didn't even know that. I don't like that motherfucker, man.
No,
That motherfucker hella funny.
I think he was Vision.
No, that makes no sense, bro. How could I be?
I don't know.
know.
Whatever.
How-
Like we
how-
don't remember half the people. Like who's Paulo?
Maybe he was Vision.
See, so we'll just move
No,
past that.
Paula was Black Widow. I remember that. I think.
Why does that sound hella right?
Whatever. Anyways, so yeah, so we were, as Seth said, we were once part of a larger group
Yeah.
called the
It's
JLPS.
just- The thing with that group, we all grew apart. Like, if one of them will hit us up, I'm speaking for myself. Like, I'll still talk to them, have a conversation, and like catch up. But like, it's not like that anymore. It's not like how it was back in the day.
Yeah,
Definitely.
Like, you know, so one thing you learn about high school is a lot of friendships are mostly out of convenience. Like you
See
notice that you see the
motherfucker.
same person.
Especially going to LPS. Our
Yeah.
graduating class was 112 students.
Yeah, so like
I
you
knew
know,
every person in that class.
you see the same person or people every day, and like, you know, it's easy to be friends there, but once that convenience is removed and you actually have to make effort and whatever, like inevitably people are going to drift apart, right?
Yeah.
And so, you know, I'm somewhat like Seth, although mine is a little bit more complex. I wouldn't say we're friends anymore outside of this group of this trio. I would just say if I ever see them or if I was ever at an event with them, I would be nice and cordial. But I wouldn't go so far to consider ourselves friends or
Acquaintances now.
yeah, if that, because we're so, I talk to them so intermittently
Yeah.
that I would.
That's the same.
Yeah, it's just I kind of just grew past that part of my life, I guess.
And we had a group chat, and motherfuckers don't respond. Simple
Yeah.
as that. Like I moved to Sacramento. We're in Sacramento right now. Shout out to my sister for letting us use her room while she's in Hawaii.
Yeah, but
Thank
we're all
you.
originally
Yeah,
from
the Bay Area. Hayward, California,
specifically.
East Bay.
Yeah,
And
part of the
after
heart of the
high
Bay,
school,
as we like to say.
After high school, I would always go to the Bay because Haley still lives there, and I would hit them up like, "Bro, I'm in the Bay. Let's do something." And this motherfucker, and Zane would like be the only ones who would respond. And there's 13 of us, and like, I don't think all of them were in the group chat, were they? At one point, they were.
Yeah.
At one
Paulo
point,
was never.
Yeah, he
Or
was.
when I
Oh.
first got an iPhone, he was never in that anymore.
yeah. But at one point, like, the majority of us were in that group chat, and those motherfuckers do not respond.
Yeah, like I was prior to 2020, I was an Android user, and even I somehow found a way to respond.
Yeah, it's the thing that I was talking to one of my family members about. I don't think they did anything that made me not like them anymore. Like, I still consider them friends. Like, I have no beef with them. Like, I'm just spitting facts right now. Like, what happened? Like, and it's my side, and they might have a different opinion, but like, that shit just annoyed me. Like, I thought we were cool. I thought you'd want to see me. Like, I live so far away. We used to hang out every day. We used to have sleepovers all the time. What do you think, Jay?
Memories.
I ain't gonna lie, I still could get with them. I seen Zayn and
Yeah, see, like, it's
I
all
seen Zayn and
it's
Joel
all
like that.
different. Like, and there's no like, I don't feel a way towards that.
yeah.
Yeah,
Like, it doesn't be like, bro, what the fuck? This is our group, bro. This is us three, bro. Stop fucking with them. Like, do your shit, bro. Like, I don't care.
yeah. Like I definitely feel like out of us three, I'm probably the one who's like the least
Yeah,
connected
so,
with them.
Yeah, least connected, middle connected. This motherfucker talks to them
yeah.
every day.
Ah.
Damn
Nah,
near
'cause
probably
he always had the most connection with
Joel and
Joel,
stuff, yeah.
and I
That's
had a
true.
better
Shout out my homie
connection.
Joel.
I still fuck with Joel, bro. I wish I still talked. Joel was like always.
That's the homeboy right there.
Sweetheart, bro.
Yeah.
Joel's one of the best people I know to this day. Like, even if we don't talk, like, I don't think that motherfucker ever did anything to like that's bad, like considered. I don't know. Again, bro, this is from my point of view. Like,
Yeah.
Joel was a sweetheart. He tried stealing Haley from me. Nice try, buddy.
Yeah, I mean, on a more serious note, like, I was definitely very cool with them at one point.
Yeah, we all were.
Obviously, I'm not going to get into it now because I don't want to air out any dirty laundry. But I would just say as, things happen between us. I personally am no longer cool with most of them, although I'm the type of person where, like, if they ever needed something and they somehow reached
Would
out
you
to
say
me.
not cool or just not close? Because, like,
Both. I would say not both, actually.
it's like I feel like not cool means like you beef with them.
No, I don't see it that way. I wouldn't say, like, because, like, I'm on a neutral standpoint kind of thing. Like, I find, like, you're indifferent to me, I guess. Like, I neither care for you nor not care for you.
Like that. So it's
know?
gotten to that point.
For me personally, I feel like, but that's just me. Like, I told Jay while we're on the car right here, like, I don't even got a circle anymore. It's a triangle. Like, I have so little people I actually care about.
Damn near. Yeah.
But going back to what Seth was saying, like, yeah, like, while I personally don't really find myself cool with them or with our past group, I don't necessarily hold any ill will towards Seth or Jay for still keeping in contact with them. Like, I'm not
Jay
like
than me, bro.
gatekeeping like our friendship because I know what it is. Like, I know we got each other's back. Like, it's like, because we all had different connections with different people. That's just, how it goes in life. Like, even if you're originally in a group of 13 friends, right? Inevitably, you're going to be
yeah.
closer with some of those individuals than others.
That's gonna be tough, bro. I don't think
Like-
I've ever heard of a 13 group friendship lasting from high school.
I mean, it can happen.
That,
like,
of course it'll happen,
but
but I feel like that's rare.
Because,
That
like,
has to be
even
rare.
if you think about it, even during high school, like, while we were all very
Friends,
very
there's
much friends, like,
intergroups.
but yeah, there were definitely cliques within
And
the
there
friends.
were definitely there's this time I was like just we were hanging out and Zane got a text and I saw the text and it was like I think the group chat name was Safety Blanket or something, but it was like a group chat with that I wasn't in. And I was like, oh damn, it's like that.
See, I
Because
was
like
never part of
I
that
think in the
Android
early You were part of that?
No, I wasn't.
Yeah, I
Android
wasn't.
gang.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So I
Okay.
can't. I mean,
This
you
motherfucker had an
can't.
Android for the longest time. So,
Galaxy
but
S4.
but I remember just like I was like, because in that group in the early stages, I was closest to Zane, and I was like, damn, bro, it's like that. I thought I was like your homeboy. Like I thought it was like
Yeah.
like that, and I was like, damn, that shit hurt me. And then I just moved on.
Yeah. I mean, I'm pretty sure that's where the Civil War poster came to be.
In retrospect, bro, all this shit don't matter no more.
Honestly, yeah, like for me, the most important lesson out of this, I guess, is sometimes friendships just disappear, right?
Yeah.
And no matter how bad you might want it to remain the same way or whatever, it might not. Especially high school friendships, when you guys all go to different places in college, whatever. The most important thing to remember, though, is that if people really cared about something, they would make the time. There's never like this is kind of referencing to what Seth said annoyed him was like people wouldn't respond, right? My thing with that is like I don't necessarily mind if someone can't make an event, right? Like
Exactly.
if Seth came in, he wanted to do something, and I said, sorry, bro, I can't. Like he's not gonna necessarily get pissed at me, right?
No, even if like say the roles reverse and I asked you to hang out and you weren't feeling it, like you just wanted to be at home all day,
Yeah.
like at least I got a response.
Right.
Like at least I know you acknowledged me.
Right.
Yeah, like when you throw a plan out there, like I'm not expecting everyone to say yes 100% of the time, right? But like you think like we've been friends since high school. We grew up together pretty much. You're at least obligated to give a response. That's the way I see it. Like, like you don't have to say yes, you don't have to say no, but like say something, right? Like to acknowledge what the person said or whatever, right? When it comes to that, like if you don't have to always say something in response to someone else, but if someone says like it says like for example, hey guys, let's all do this, right? I expect to see 12 different responses, yes, no, or something in between. Like it.
Unless you don't respond right away, and then you hit me like a day later, like saying what happened, why you didn't respond.
Right.
'Cause like just give me something,
Right.
sometime.
Like
there's been points where I've like asked to hang out, never to this day haven't got a response for that.
yeah, it's just like I don't know. For me, it's just like the bare minimum is responding, right? Like, and that's another facet of what I'm talking about. Like, if someone cares enough, they'll do something about it, right? Like, you would think you've known someone for so long, like, and you're friends, right? The easiest thing you could do is just send a response, right? Like, just sorry.
You're with that dude
I
every
don't-
day of your life, damn near.
Yeah, right. Like, I'm always the type of person like I'll try. I'm the person who probably gets left unread the most because I keep the conversation going for as long as I can because I don't want
Until
that
you say
person.
bye.
Yeah, because I don't want
Good
that other
night.
person to be like, oh damn, he left me unread.
This
type
guy's
shit.
the
Like,
last person to say goodnight.
Yeah, I guess so. But yeah, like it's just what it is,
Yeah.
I don't hold ill will towards them, but it's just like we're not.
They're
really
gonna
friends
hit us
anymore.
up after this, bro.
They might,
if they watch it, if they get this far.
if-
I wanted to make a point. We're 37 minutes in, boys. This is a podcast, bro.
Yeah, and we haven't really talked about the formation of this
Yeah.
either. Like we just been reminiscing pretty
We can
much.
still reminisce, bro. We got time.
Yeah, it's cool though. Like forgive us if we go on tangents. This is our first
Yeah,
podcast.
this is the first. So we'll get the hang of it by the however long we end up doing this for.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Hopefully we get big. I'm trying
we'll-
to make something out of this. That'll be cool, bro. That'll
Yeah,
be
sooner or
cool.
later we'll get into the groove.
I don't have to keep looking for a job.
We'll get into.
I gotta go to the Air Force, bro. Save me, bro, please. I'm not trying to go to boot camp, man. I'm a lover, man. Ask Haley, bro. I've never been in a fight before, man.
That's cap.
I was about to say that. But yeah, so we're ironing out the kinks. I'm sure you've noticed. Me and Seth do most of the talking right now because Jay's blasted.
What a
They
rat.
wouldn't even know.
But yeah, so it's our first episode.
Yeah, we're getting the jitters out.
We've interrupted each other a couple times, whatever. We're only gonna get better at that. We'll start
At interrupting each other.
At
Yeah,
letting-
shut up.
at letting each other speak their piece and whatnot.
Yeah.
And we'll obviously have at least a little bit more of a concrete storyline, I guess, instead of just reminiscing. Because as you look at it now, we haven't even gone to the part of the formation of podcast and post high
Yeah.
school. We've been reminiscing about high school this whole time.
You want to do that now? Just
Yeah.
straight into it? So I've been trying to get these motherfuckers right here to do a podcast with me for about a year, I'd say. Damn near.
Is it a year?
Probably,
Probably,
bro.
if not more.
If not, yeah, it's
Yeah.
around, give or take a few
Okay,
months.
yeah.
I told them first, I was like, bro, we gotta start a podcast, bro. Every time we hang out, we talk in the car for hours. We went bowling this one time. Your can's upside down.
I know. That's why I look. That's why I look, bro. I was like,
We went
I was
bowling,
just pissing
right?
my feet.
And then we went bowling at like I'd say 5, 6 in the evening.
are we talking about when we went bowling, like not round one, right?
Yeah. The first time.
Alright,
And
When loser paid for boba.
yeah,
Yes.
and then
Gotcha.
we got boba, and we chilled in Jay's car for like 3 hours just talking and catching
Facts,
up. Because that was the
bro.
first time we ever like caught up again, like caught up.
It was a minute.
Yeah.
It was like at least maybe like half a year or so.
Yeah.
Where we kept in regular contact, but we hadn't seen each other in person, and we
yeah
hadn't really.
in person.
It was like most of the time we interacted was like small talk. Like we hadn't really like update each other like anything major life events, etc.
Yeah,
And so
yeah, and that's when I said it. I was like, bro, we just started a podcast. We're talking for 3 hours.
yeah, and I think me and Jay share a very similar sentiment. We're like, well, me personally, I initially thought like, oh, this motherfucker joking, right? But also like me and Jay were the type of people like, yeah, we have nice conversations and all that, but like,
You don't think it's worthy?
and the
enough, huh?
idea of a podcast sounds nice, but we're not sure if we're like the podcast type of people, like when it comes down to it, like are we really that interesting? I guess maybe Jay can elaborate on that, but that's how I felt like we were. And so like I never really took Seth serious about that because of that mentality, right? I was like, like the idea of it sounds cool, but like, am I interesting enough to make the podcast something that someone wants to watch or listen to, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so it's taken us this long for him to convince me, because I was, like, I don't know if it's just me, but like podcasts seem to have been blowing up even more this year.
Everybody and their mom has
Like
a podcast.
every TikTok clip I see, it probably involves some kind of
Mm-hmm.
podcast. And I guess I was just thinking like, you know what? I guess it's about time that we start our own then, like, because we have equally interesting conversations.
Yeah, and another thing too that I tried to like sell them on is that it's a way for us to hang out.
Yeah.
Because me living in Sacramento, that's fucking. These motherfuckers took 2.5 hours to get here.
That's a big thing too, because
Yeah.
like a lot of times when Seth would come to the Bay and hang out, right, we don't have any solid plans. Like
Yeah.
he comes here and like, shit, all right, what's the move, boys,
Yeah.
right? And we
You're
figure
making shit
out
up on the spot.
yeah, we figure out things as we go. And so one of the major reasons why I decided, you know what, let's finally fund the podcast, because like one of the biggest things too, outside of like, am I interesting enough, was like, all right, the podcast's not cheap per se.
Yeah, the beginning when I first got like into research. Sorry for interrupting you.
It's all good, bro.
But the research, I was like looking up like, what does Logan Paul use? What does Joe Rogan use? And I was like, the microphone that these motherfuckers are using costs half of the total of what we paid for this setup.
God damn.
Yeah, so
That's four. No, okay, I
Yeah,
just
so
said the number, but $400 microphones, and we bought 4 because we want to
for
end up
guest
having
slot,
guests.
yeah.
Right in the middle of the casting couch. Yeah, but 4 microphones, that's $1,600.
Yeah, and that's literally just the microphone. Like if
Yeah.
you look at other studio equipment like headphones and whatever
and you need
else they're
this
using.
shit, the fucking XLR
All the
cable.
wires
You need the
and-
cables. You need the interface that connects to your laptop. I need a new laptop. This shit's about to explode on me.
Yeah, like Seth's really working off of a nuclear reactor at this
I got
point.
this at the end of high school, and I'm turning 23 this year.
Yeah, so
And and everybody knows Apple doesn't last.
for reference, that MacBook is from 2017 is now 2022.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, but back to the main point that we were just talking about. One of the biggest factors of why I didn't know if it was the move at the time was like, it's not cheap. Like, and me knowing Seth, it's not a dig at him, but like he's the type of person who like
I talked to this about my mom. I have a problem.
he's like the type of person like who gets very interested in a hobby, but it's very fleeting. He'll be interested in it for maybe a couple months, and
It depends.
then he
Though.
loses interest.
There's some that I still have like
no
strong connections with, but there's like I tried getting into skateboarding my freshman year of college.
shit didn't work out.
I don't have a skateboard anymore. I don't even know where that thing is.
Yes,
I spent so much money on skateboards.
yeah. So like I just based off that knowledge, like I mean, he's still the homie though. I still support him.
Yeah.
Like when he wanted to like make music and stuff as a youngin, I was
Oh,
like, this
my
shit kind of
shit-
ass, but
my
he's
shit
the
is
homie.
cringe.
He's a
But,
homie.
bro,
I'm gonna support him, right? And then he was off that for a cool minute. He's back into it now. Y'all look forward to that.
Coming next year, I don't have an official date, but I'm dropping my first EP.
There you
Yes,
go.
sir. Yes, sir.
About 6 to 8 songs. I've shown these fools some songs.
That
shown
should
my
actually
fans
go
some
kind of hard
songs,
too.
bro.
Definitely
you,
an
bro.
upgrade, bro. Like it's
Telling you, back then I was working by myself, low key,
yeah.
and
he
I don't have the capabilities to like mix and master. But I've met some people during my journey, and shout out, you know who you are,
Yeah, young Koi in the
Young
building.
Koi, yes sir.
Yes, sir. So look forward to that sometime next year. So yeah, just knowing Seth as the type of person who like gets really interested in a hobby, but may or may not see it through all the way. I'm like, all right, is it worth the investment if, say, we do a couple podcasts and then he decides he's tired of it, he doesn't want to do it anymore? I was like, fuck,
Nah,
we just spent a couple hundred, right?
Yeah.
But obviously that's just the thought at the time, right? We never know how it's going to turn out. And then the second thing was what I said about that, are we interesting enough? But what Seth said about us being able to hang out was definitely probably the biggest factor in why I finally decided, let's make that a reality. Was like we just mentioned earlier, he is the type of person where he comes to the Bay and like we don't really have solid plans on what we're doing. Like he'll come here and be like, all right, what's the move? And we'll try to plan it as we go. But us coming to SAC instead of him coming to the Bay, like bi-weekly, we're able to do the podcast, and it gives us a good chance to reconnect, to hang out, and also maybe talk about things that other parties haven't heard. Like me and Jay still live in Hayward, but we're not necessarily talking every day. So if he got like a raise, a promotion, going back to school, whatever, like I may not know that. And so that was definitely something that would be mentioned on this podcast. And, it'd be interesting to talk about, like, congratulate. And like, Seth makes this joke a lot where like he tells me I should stop talking and save it for the podcast because
all the time, bro. As you can tell by this podcast, 2/3 of this podcast, there's 3 of us. 2/3 is this dude talking. This dude will talk your ear off. I remember my engagement party. Haley was like, because she never really talked to Nick, like y'all never talk, and they had a conversation. And Haley told me at night, he's like, Nick's interesting. I never talked to Nick for this long, and this dude talks.
I'm not gonna lie. Part of that was because like I didn't know at the time you told her to talk to me because quick backstory. So I went to Seth's engagement party maybe early June, first week of June.
Yeah, first weekend.
And Jay was out of commission, so he didn't end up going. So it was Seth was pretty much the only person I knew there besides Haley and like her friends. But like we're not
Danica Florendo.
Yes, my old middle school crush, Dan.
Damn, throwing it back.
The reason why I said that is because that was her Facebook name, and I used to make fun of her all the time for that shit. That shit was so corny. But then we're kids, everyone's corny. I definitely still have some corny shit on my feed that some people might dig up. Anyways, so I pretty much didn't know anyone like close besides Seth, and so I guess like at the time I didn't know it, but I guess Seth told him or Haley, sorry, that since Jay isn't coming, like Nick's not really gonna know anyone. Like, please talk to him if you get the chance.
Because it's at my house, so I had so many guests I had to accommodate for.
Right. So
I felt bad.
Him being the the man of the hour. Sorry. Like he has to entertain all the guests, right? He can't just spend all this time with me. And so, when Haley started talking to me, because I wouldn't have known that Seth told her if he didn't tell me, because out the blue, right? We're just chilling. I'm doing me things, just doing me, and she asked to see my tattoo. Like, can you show it to me? And I showed her, and then she also obviously she has tattoos too, so I'm gonna ask her about hers. Like, and we started talking about that kind of stuff, moved on to like music and whatnot, and Seth's right. Like, if you get to know me, like I talk a lot. But for that specific engagement, it was because like I felt bad, like, oh, she's taking the time to talk to me. I should be the one who talks until she's like done with the conversation, like I don't want to leave her high and dry since she reached out first, type of shit, I guess. But yeah,
shout out Haley, man.
Facts.
What a girl, what a woman. Soon to be wife. Forever ex-girlfriend of Jalen Armstrong.
You didn't have to go that far, bro.
We're cool, bro. Jay's my boy. I love him.
You never know,
He'll
bro.
always be part of our lives.
I'm
gonna tell my kids. Your Uncle Jalen kissed your mom.
Oh, God.
Bro, what if he comes back with some Hail Mary?
Who,
like later
Jay?
on? Yeah,
Nah.
No, there's no shot Haley will ever go back to him.
Bro, hey,
That's also wrong. That Haley's my soulmate, bro. I don't think there will ever be another person that will understand me like Haley does.
Hey,
our humor is
so unique.
It's so unique to each other. I can read her mind, bro. Like, I'll see a TikTok, like, and the first thought in my mind is, she's gonna love this. Have you heard the TikTok? I gotta move the mic back because have you heard the TikTok where it's like that dude snoring and goes, oh.
That's a snore?
Oh.
I know the audio, but I didn't realize it was a snore.
There's a clip where it just does the beginning if someone like opens their mouth real quick, like a dog will open their mouth.
Like
and
sped up?
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, she loves that shit, bro. I do that sound, and every time I do that sound, without failure, she'll laugh. She'll go, I'll do it. Oh, she started laughing so much. She probably laughed when she's hearing this, bro. I love that girl so much.
Yeah, but honestly, Seth, you're just a funny guy in general.
Thank you, man. I appreciate that.
Yeah. Jay's pretty funny too.
Nah.
We're all funny, bro. We're all
Yeah.
funny.
Yeah.
We're all funny. That's why this podcast works.
Yeah, exactly.
Did you have any insecurities about starting this?
Nah, I feel like Nick nailed it.
Yeah.
Damn, look at
Yeah,
that. It's
that-
the correct seminal response, bro. Adding on to what Nick
Who wants
said.
to get in the hot chair?
Adding on to what Nick said, you know.
Hey man, you took all the good stuff.
Bro? Yeah, that's just, you gotta save it for Jay.
Hey, he definitely not getting no pluses on the little checklist, bro.
Nah, bro. Yeah.
check,
but
check
Go-
plus text.
going back to what Nick said about me getting into hobbies and then like dropping it, I think my main passion has always been entertainment. I started doing music. I started vlogging, podcasts. You know, I've like those stuff. I don't think I've ever stopped. Like I've taken hiatuses, but I always go back to those things.
When's the last time you vlogged?
You haven't watched
Not
it?
that long.
Not that long ago. This year.
He sent us the video.
Okay, I remember the
But
last.
it's been
okay,
a couple months.
I'm gonna keep
It's
it a
been-
buck.
It's been before. So March. It's
The
been
last-
a while. It's been a while.
I mean, obviously, I'm sub to you, so I would know. But the last one I remember watching was you and Haley were at some kind of flea market. She bought like
Yeah, that was
she
in
bought a
March.
Hello Kitty
Yes,
tank top
yes,
thingy
yes.
or
That was in
shirt.
March.
Okay, bet. See, all right, so,
it's
I am
been-
up to
it's
date.
been it's
Okay,
been a
okay,
couple
good. Cool,
couple
cool.
months, and it's because I have so much footage, and I don't have the mental capacity to edit for 8 hours straight
Yeah,
unless I'm getting paid.
facts.
Yeah, unless
Yeah.
I'm getting paid, I'll do that shit for. Yeah,
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I'm definitely the worst when it comes to hobbies. I don't have any, I would say, like, or at least nothing that involves not having to waste money.
yeah.
'Cause I'm
I'm
definitely-
a big spender, and I am broke.
Yeah,
My mom gets on my ass about this all the time. I spend money I don't have, and it's a problem. I need to go to. I honestly think therapy would help because I spend so
yeah,
much.
retail therapy.
Yeah.
No, because
Online therapy.
I'm a little bit like Seth. You know, I have money to spend, and I shouldn't
Lucky.
be spending it. I should be saving it.
Lucky you.
But I'm still spending anyway. Because I think for me, it links back to like me being poor growing up. I guess like I couldn't really have things I wanted. So now that I do have my own money, I'm gonna buy whatever I want, right?
Yeah.
Also, part of it's when I. It sounds so pathetic to say, but like I feel like my main source of happiness, like when I have packages coming, it's like damn, like I got that
My
shit
main
coming. I got
source of
that.
happiness is going to the mall.
Window shopping.
Yeah, not even window shopping, buying. I don't. If I can help it, I will not window shop.
Yeah, like today,
I'm buying.
bro. Like I'm gonna keep it a buck with y'all. Today I spent a cool, maybe 200 plus. Let me see. Let me try to remember the things I bought today. So today I knew. See, okay, I'm into fashion, right? And so I keep in touch with a lot of brands. Like I know when they're like. If I don't have a bot, but I'm pretty good at getting stuff manually if it's like bot protected. So there's this brand called Pleasures. I'm not sure if you guys know. Jay, maybe you don't know because I don't know if you're like fashion
Nope.
like that, but
Not
Seth,
a
you
bit.
might know.
I think I've heard
Pleasures.
That.
So they dropped like their collection today. I picked up a shirt from them. If you guys know Cookies,
I know Cookies.
yes, and you know Pro Club, they had a collab that dropped today.
Cookies and Pro Club.
Yes.
With Pleasure or no?
No, separate entity.
Okay.
But it's not. Honestly, it's nothing major. Really, the only thing you'll notice if you're an outsider looking in, the only way you would know that it's a collab is from looking at the tag. So the tag has the Pro Club tag, but also has the word Cookies on it, like their logo. But the shirt itself is just plain. There's nothing on it. It was a 3-pack. They had an exclusive color, I think. It was like kind of like light blue. Gave me Cookie Monster vibes. So, but I was like, that shit looks so sick, and I like Pro Clubs. Like I'm wearing one right now. Shout out Pro Club. So I ended up buying that. I mean, just like whoever had the idea to make $50 shirts and hoodies be 100 plus, bro, they need to burn in hell for real, because that's just not how things should cost. Like my earliest memory was middle school, Diamond Supply Co. Like the first time I ever saw a shirt, I was like, that
Or
shit,
Obey.
yeah, that shit 50 bones. I was like, bro,
Yeah.
in middle school, I was known as the person who would wear one jacket a semester, bro. Like I kept that clean. I watched that shit every day. But it's like I almost look like a cartoon character, same outfit every day, right? On some Arthur shit. But yeah, so going back to the main point, like hobbies, like I don't really have any. Like I nothing really I find fun, I guess. Like maybe skating a little bit, but not in the terms of tricks. Like
Yeah,
just like
just,
longboarding and
cruising,
just like
cruising
yeah,
on your
cruising.
skateboard.
I mean, I don't know if this counts, but like watching YouTube videos of certain very like I'm a very weird person like Vice and stuff. Like there was this video I watched recently with, do you guys know, her name is like Sophia Nargard or some shit like that. She used to be in BuzzFeed. She and her husband, they went to this underwater lodge in Florida. So it was like it's not your typical like underwater hotel where like it's like there's an above water level and then you can go underwater. It's strictly below water. Like you need to dive down to get to the entrance. Damn. And like, you know, seeing cool shit like that, like, you know, like capsule hotels, people going on trips, like, motherfucker, I can't go on trips, so I'm gonna live vicariously through people who are. Yeah. So I guess those are my hobbies. Jay, what are yours, bro?
I ain't got shit.
Jay's hobby is going to Disneyland.
Okay, that is my hobby.
I think
okay,
that counts.
If you want to count that, then
Jay's
yes.
biggest passion is Disney.
Facts, bro.
Yes.
Like, look, he got a Buzz Lightyear tattoo on his wrist,
He's
bro.
wearing a Jack
Half
Skellington.
of my tattoos are Disneyland.
Yeah, Jack Skellington baseball tee.
But you know, it's crazy. Like, I be loving all these characters. Like,
that's
Disney,
what we were talking about. Okay, sorry, go ahead.
Like Disney, superhero, whatever. But I don't even be knowing like their lore,
names,
backstory.
or...
Yeah, I was just like, that's a cool ass motherfucker. Like, I fuck with that. Like, bro, like there's Jay and Seth will be the first to tell you. Like, a lot of my Funko Pops revolve around Batman. Mm-hmm. And like, bro, I don't even follow Stitch. Batman like that. Like, Stitch is different. I fuck with Stitch heavy. But
I want the first 15 minutes of Lilo and Stitch.
All right, so you open up.
Thanks for taking
during that court scene, right?
Yeah, a little WWE tagging, you know. Jay got me.
Oh, you want me to keep going?
Oh, no, I'll keep going. We're just capping.
Yeah.
But yeah, so like, I'm the type of person who likes characters just based off aesthetics, I guess. Like, I don't necessarily need to know a lot about them to like them. Like, and so like Jack Skellington too. Like, I mean, obviously the only thing I remember him is Nightmare Before Christmas, right? Even then, I don't remember the movie like that. You know, I remember. Wasn't Oogie Boogie like a bunch of worms in a burlap sack, pretty much?
Yeah,
I remember that. Like something about like him terrorizing fucking Santa. But
yeah,
like, I don't remember much of the movie. But it's like Jack Skellington is a cool motherfucker, bro. So I would definitely love to have him tatted one day. So it's like, you know, interesting to see that he's wearing a jersey. I would say.
First thing I had to match that.
Yeah, I don't even have that exact Stussy shirt. I'm wearing one I got in Hawaii. This is my only Stussy shirt. I have a Stussy sweatshirt.
That shit's hard.
Neck, that shit's hard, bro. I'll wear that for a pod. But yeah, I got the hat. I don't even have those shoes that I'm wearing. Nick has that exact outfit. He's a lucky motherfucker.
Yeah, like, I mean, that just goes back to what we were talking about. Like, I have money that I spend. So, like,
okay, buddy.
I know. I mean, like, this TikTok I saw the other day really reflected in me. I felt like, where it's like, you know, I'm buying a lot of stuff, like, but I'm not rich. I'm just like financially irresponsible. And I feel like that's what it is. Like, am I making decent money by Bay Area standards? No. By overall standards, yeah. Am I smart with that money? Hell nah.
Like, bought a $1,500 pop Funko Pop.
We really getting into that, bro?
No, I can take that out. I was just playing.
No, I mean, that's fine if you want to leave it in. I think it's funny, like, you know, because like even one of my friends make fun of, like, bro, you really spent $1,500 on a doll, bro.
Also, the thing is with that too, he can make that money back. That is like, true. That's technically an investment, but if you want to go there, because he buys to keep for life, but he has the option. That's the thing. Like, I buy clothes like that won't resell.
I mean, you can.
Like, no, but I buy it to wear. Like,
yeah,
all my
definitely.
Yeah, I buy to wear. I don't buy to keep in pristine condition.
Clothes for me are different though. Like, I feel like if I took an L on it, like, oh, something doesn't fit anymore, something never fit, or it doesn't look the way I want it to, I just take an L on that. I try to regift it. I don't try to like either sell it through one of these Depop scammers or you know, return it. Like,
so like he can spend all the money he wants on Funkos and he can make that back instantly.
Yeah, and just a little funny disclaimer. So we were talking about how I don't really know characters like that. So I bought the Funko in question is Spider-Man. It's a metallic Spider-Man, the Amazing Spider-Man, but I've never watched a Spider-Man movie with Andrew Garfield as Spider-Man except for
the first one.
No.
Oh,
the
No Way Home.
Yes.
Oh my God.
Yes, because like
he had 20 minutes of screen time in that.
Remember we watched it and like you and me were like, holy shit!
And niggas like, well, who's that?
Like,
what's going on? I stood up in the theater saying, Andrew.
Yeah, because like, you know, spoiler alert. So if you haven't watched it by now, it's
that's your own fault.
Hey, who knows? Who knows, bro?
The new edition about to come out in a couple weeks.
Who knows, bro? But like, you know, when Ned opens up the portal, right, and you see the first glance of Andrew Garfield Spider-Man, I was like,
away.
I'm just like, who the fuck that, bro? Like, I don't even know.
As soon as they opened the portal.
Oh, yep.
Like, and obviously, you know, them two being very well-known Spider-Man fans, like they knew immediately. I was like,
that's
okay.
my boy. if you go into my room, there's a shelf. I haven't showed you guys this. There's a shelf dedicated to Spider-Man, like not action figures. Like every single Spider-Man on that shelf is a different
Characters, Spider-Man
Like
not
different,
character.
variation,
Not a
Actor?
variation. No, not
Yeah.
actor, but like a.
dimensions, different realities. Spider-Man.
Multiverse, Spider Verse.
So, like, I have a Funko of Spider-Man.
Yeah, the large ass one,
I have
right?
a large one. I have a plush. I have a little mini action figure. I have a
Oh,
bobblehead.
like
different medium.
Got you. Yes,
Medium. There you
Yes.
go. Different medium of every single one. And there's 1, 2,
that's sick.
3, 4, 5, or 5 or 6 on there right now.
Yeah, but just for any Marvel fan, in an attempt to defend myself, growing up as a kid, I'd always heard that the Andrew Garfield Spider-Man movies were terrible,
Loved it.
Loved
and
it.
so I
Love both of
I
them.
guess based off what people
Exactly.
said, like I never gave it a chance. But then again, if you ask me to recall like Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man movies a lot, I don't remember a lot of details from them either. Like
Every single movie I can.
I was rewatching Spider-Man 3 when I was getting my haircut.
When'd you get it today?
No, like yesterday.
which one was that one?
One
That
with
one
the
was Black.
Venom and Sandman and
That's when
Black suit
Eric
Spider-Man.
Eric from 70 Shows praying on his downfall.
Yes,
Literally.
in the church.
Yeah.
God, please
He said, "I want you to kill Peter,
Peter
Parker."
Parker.
Man.
come on, man.
That shit
That's
funny.
next level hate.
Taking his girl,
You praying to
taking his
God.
job.
That shit funny as hell though. You can't even cap. Like imagine going up to God, bro, and be like, "Can you kill this motherfucker for me, bro?"
And then God said, "Here, Bop, drop
Yeah,
some
like-
venom on him."
Like he just
He's like,
smites him, bro. Yeah, I remember that very distinctively. So like when in the most recent, what was it called? Was it called
No way.
No
home.
Way Home.
No Way Home? Like I did not recognize what's his
Daredevil.
name? No. I recognize Daredevil. What's Jamie Foxx's character?
Oh.
Because I was like, bro, because once again I've never seen Andrew Garfield movies, so I was like, what the fuck, bro? Like who's that? You know, like I've always seen the meme where like his glasses are crooked and whatever.
Yeah.
But I was like, damn, this more fix his hairline and shit too. But I was like, yeah, like I never knew who that person was, and I also just never watched Andrew Garfield Spider-Man movies because, I mean, growing up now, like I'd probably give it a chance, but
It's on Netflix.
you
I've
are correct.
rewatched it many times.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Me too.
So you guys genuinely think it's good?
Yes.
I genuinely enjoy that movie.
Again, everything pop culture related is always subjective.
Right, yeah. So like, but would you say like it's on par with all the other Spider-Man movies? Like it's not.
The first one is. The second one can have its
Yeah, the
downfalls.
second one has its.
Yeah,
I
the
might-
first
I-
one is definitely a good Spider-Man movie.
But there's separate entities, right? So like, not having prior knowledge to Tobey Maguire's movies does not.
Don't go like this too much.
Oh.
You can hear it.
Sorry, that does not affect your viewing experience of Andrew Garfield Spider-Man movies, right?
No.
Okay.
They're not connected like that.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, I might give it a watch. We'll see. Probably not, but.
I like it. I just think Andrew Garfield is funny as hell.
Yeah, he's a great actor.
Like, especially my favorite scene in that movie it was when he's like facing the car thief, and like the motherfucker got up with the knife. He's like, "Is that a real knife?" He's like, "How'd you
found
know?"
my only weakness, small knives.
And he's just like,
And then
it's like-
there's basically like a mini compilation of him webbing up that guy. He's like boxing him.
yeah,
like,
bro. It's just clean.
And then
bro.
he went like, achoo! And he like webbed him up.
Yeah,
That
that's
shit was
funny.
yeah. And then he goes all serious and like, oh shit.
Then it's a
man.
little weird. It's like,
Yeah.
But-
Bro, yeah, like I think of Andrew Garfield. The only movie that really comes to my mind right now is
Social Network.
Tick tick boom.
Hacksaw Ridge.
Oh, that's a goated movie.
I fucked
watched
with
it?
that movie.
I have
heavy.
not seen it.
Goated movie.
You should watch that. I'm a sucker for war movies, like
Have you
great
seen
war
Tick
me
Tick
movies.
too.
Boom?
No,
I don't think you like it, but
Yeah,
I
Nick's not
recommend
into
it.
musicals.
I wouldn't say that. I watched
It's good though.
Greatest Showman, if you can count that as a musical.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I
Okay,
fuck
then
with that.
yeah, I
Great
think
Show
you
on
like
top
it.
tier, bro. I've actually been listening to that soundtrack.
Bro, the
Recently.
fucking song in the bar with him and Zac Efron, that shit, I've listened to that a lot.
right now. I put the offer out.
I love watching it.
The bartender's goaded too.
Bro,
in that scene.
everything is just synced up perfectly. Like
Yeah.
glasses hit the bar.
Imagine taking that many shots IRL.
Oh hell no.
No, you see it in the movie. He playing him, bro. Like he's getting like
No, they're not shots
less
though.
and less.
There's no way that it's actually shots.
No,
like
no, no,
alcohol.
but like in the
Scene.
scene, you know, like
What do you
Hugh
mean?
Jackman's character is getting less liquid or alcohol
Then Zac
than
Efron
Zac
is.
Efron's character.
Yeah.
Oh, like
Because he's trying to get Zac Efron drunk.
to make the deal type
Yeah,
shit.
yeah, yeah.
I've never picked that up. Did you guys?
Yeah, it's little
did you-
Easter eggs.
Did you see that from like Cinema Sins or some shit?
No.
Fucking Watch Mojo. Welcome to Watch Mojo.
Like I never.
Top 10 things you missed in the greatest show.
Yeah, like I never would have picked that up unless it was like very distinctive. Like,
Yeah.
like
Yeah,
Hugh
that's
Jackman's getting a drop versus like.
Damn near.
It's just like it's just less and less. And then there's even a part where he's just like, "Nah, don't pour any for me."
Yeah, he's like, I'm good. Just
Yeah,
keep pouring
just
for
keep
him.
pouring to him.
Oh no! I know what y'all. I thought he was saying like because like Zac Efron was leaving. He's like, no, we're not done yet. Like,
Oh, no, he's
don't
talking
put
to
that
the
bottle
bartender.
away. Like
Nah,
type shit.
nah, yeah.
That's what I thought it was. Am I wrong?
No.
Am I wrong?
I think not. You know where the bartender's from?
No,
You watch Step Up 3?
I have not watched any of those movies.
Have you watched Step Up 3?
Yes, I have.
You remember the main pirate that Moose got in beef with in the beginning that he had a dance off with when he first got to college?
Yeah, with the bubbles and shit.
Yeah, that's him.
Yeah, oh shit,
The main guy.
that's crazy.
That's the same bartender. I saw that.
I did not know that.
He choreographed that whole bar scene.
That's sick.
Yeah, the bartender.
That's arguably the best scene.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's the one that really comes. I mean, I remember the
This is me.
him
Or the From Now On, the ending song, the dance, like when he realizes his mistakes.
Have you seen those TikToks where like the dude is acting like he's in the movie and like but he's just like a normal ass person?
Oh yeah.
He jumps in, they're like, "Hey bartender, can I
Yeah.
get a just shot of tequila?"
Oh, what are you doing, bro? You're dancing.
Like, oh, okay. Everyone's gonna get a drink except for me. Like,
I can't say that I have, but that sounds funny as fuck.
Right.
That sounds like
that
my
dude's
type
funny.
of. That sounds like my
So-
type of thing.
That's the end of this podcast. The first official podcast for 2.5 Asians. Hope you guys enjoyed. Nick wanted to say a little Easter egg.
Oh, we're doing that shit.
Yeah.
Okay. So if here's a little Easter egg for you guys in case you haven't noticed. So here's our banner with our logo in the back here, and so all of us are actually wearing the outfits that our characters are. So you see that set is on the far. What is that?
Right.
They're right.
Yeah, they're right, yeah,
So
that's
that's
it.
Seth, and you know who the middle is, and here's Mexican.
the black
Nick.
guy.
Yeah, so I got everything. The hat, the chain, not the exact Stussy shirt, but same brand, black shorts. I do not own those shoes. I just wanted to have those shoes some way. Nick's wearing, basically, he has a J for Jay, which is cool, but also Jack Skellington.
Did you say my
he didn't
name?
have jeans.
You did. That's
I
good.
said-
Yeah, you
I
said.
did?
Yeah,
You
you
did.
said my name, and
I
then
said
you said
Nick?
Jay.
You did.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, sorry, Jay.
It's okay.
Yeah, and then whole outfit, and then Jay over here on your left, wearing exactly. He got bar for bar, word for word.
Yes, sir.
My
Shout out
jeans
Soulja
weren't
Boy.
clean. I had to do
You could have
laundry.
borrowed jeans.
No, it's
You
not.
said
Let's,
that.
let's reshoot this whole podcast.
Yeah.
No.
all that talking, bro. Just throw that away.
Nah,
Sorry.
okay, but, yeah. So,
But yeah, thank you for listening.
yeah, stay tuned for the next one.
Peace out.
Appreciate you.